if you do what everybody else is doing, you're gonna get what everybody else gets. There are habits that a lot of us do every single day that cost us a lot of money without us even realizing it. They hold us back from reaching our financial goals and having the lifestyle that we want, and keep us stressed and struggling financially. So in this video, I'm going over the top 5 habits that either I have struggled with or I've seen a lot of other people struggle with. Not having specific, measurable goals. A wise man once said that I'm not lost, I'm just a little north of over there, which is not lost. And that man was Tigger. So yes, we're starting to take advice from stuffed animals now. But it's actually strangely true. Like, a lot of us kind of go through life and we're like, well, we're not going that way, so we're obviously going one of the other 3 directions. But we don't really have specific goals of where we're trying to go, so we can't put all of our energy and focus into going in one direction. We're just kind of wandering, knowing that we're not going that way. Until about 3 months ago, I had never really set specific goals, and I definitely never written them down. But then I took some time and I wrote down some goals, and strangely enough, well, I didn't achieve all of them. I wrote down 3 goals. 2 of them I achieved almost exactly what I wrote down, and then the other one I didn't even really try. Anyways, but the other 2 were like almost perfect. And I think it was because I wrote them down and I looked at them every day when I was writing in my day planner, and it just kind of lets your mind know what your bigger overall focus is. And there's definitely like a lot of stats that back that up, like goals that are written down are like 42% more likely to actually be achieved, and a bunch of other ones like that. And while I don't like setting 5-year and 10-year goals because things change so much in my life from year to year, I like to have like 3-month, 90-day goals that I can break down into each month, what am I trying to do, each week in that month, what am I doing, and then each day, what am I doing? So it's specific, it's something that I can actually measure if I actually get there, instead of like a generally, I want to be successful. It's like, no, I want to reach, this thing right here, which is buy another house, whatever it is. Setting very specific things to shoot towards helps you be able to break them down. And speaking of goals, it is time for the sponsor of this video, Wealthfront. I am super excited to share Wealthfront with you guys. I think it'll be really useful and a great tool. So saving money is a great first step towards reaching financial independence, but after you get to a certain point, you can only go so far with saving, you can only cut so much. And that's where investing comes in, and especially investing in the stock market. And it's even more critical right now to start looking at other opportunities for long-term savings, because interest rates are so low right now. If you just have your money sitting in a normal checking or even a normal savings account, you're actually losing money and future purchasing power due to inflation. So one of my favorite parts about Wealthfront is it just really lets you passively invest into the market. You don't have to stress about trying to beat the market and looking at everything every day and putting a lot of time and energy into it. They offer just a simple way to diversify, and it only takes a few minutes to set up an account. You just need to answer a few questions to determine your risk tolerance, and they'll put together the perfect portfolio for you. Then you can just kind of like set it and forget it and not worry about it anymore, not stress, and know that it's being taken care of. So if you guys want to check that out, I will put a link down in the description. And thank you again to Wealthfront for sponsoring this portion of this video. Eating your money. So over the past year, I've been fasting 4 days a week, and this has saved me so much time and money and stress. So this is just a really simple one. Stop eating. That was a joke. Well, I do intermittent fasting. I do eat every day. So most people spend about 36% of their budget on their housing, and then 17% on transportation, and then 14% on food. So it's one of the bigger things in most people's budget. And if we can control this, it can save us a ton of money, and we're still gonna be, getting by. It won't really affect us all that much. But most people get into habits of doing things a certain way. Like the average American eats out about 18 times per month, which is absolutely crazy and wicked expensive. I actually don't think that going out to dinner is all that much more efficient than just cooking at home. First of all, you have to drive there, you gotta wait in line or wait to be seated, and then you wait for them to cook your food, and then you eat it there, and you've gotta drive back, and like takes actually a decent amount of time when you can have some meals that you can just throw together, whip in a crock pot, things like that, where it's gonna be a lot cheaper and usually a lot healthier. So I don't go out to eat all that often because for me, while I know it's normal for a lot of people, I don't really see that value. Instead of spending 25 or 30 bucks on a steak going out to eat somewhere, I would rather get like the best steak I can get at the grocery store, cook it at home, and have like, 5 times more of it and have it for the next few days, something like that. That's kind of how I see it, as I would rather spend that money and get much better quality food and have it all the time. And I think one of the things that has helped me the most is just always being prepared and having a plan so that I don't get stuck of like, oh, I have nothing to eat, I have nothing with me, I just need to run out and grab something, or we don't have any plans for dinner tonight, let's just order out and have it delivered or go out and get it or whatever. It's been much more efficient and saves me a ton of money just to take a little bit of time and always have something that I can just grab if I need it or cook in 5 minutes. I have a couple of different 5-minute meals that I can make. So that's been really helpful for me, and it saved me a ton of money. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Not paying yourself first. Most people don't focus on paying themselves and investing in their future. You spend money on rent, on your subscriptions, on Netflix, on food, on your car, and then whatever's left over, you either go blow at the end of the month, or maybe you'll put it in a savings account. Because I have those very specific goals that I talked about before, I try to make sure that I always invest my money first, and then if I end up needing more money to cover my bills or whatever, then I know that I have to earn more as opposed to taking it for my future, because I know that I need to save up, whatever it is, $25,000 in the next year, and to do that I need to save up this much each week, and to do that I need to earn this much, and just really focusing on those goals of saving so that you can start investing, because that is what will truly make the biggest impact in your financial life. And a lot of people rob themselves by not being frugal and just spending money as they have it and not focusing and prioritizing investing and saving up for their future. Hanging out with the wrong people. If you hang out with unmotivated people who sit around eating pizza and watching Netflix every single day, most likely you will do the same thing. I forget who said this, but you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and I've seen that definitely true for me. When I hang out with the right type of people, they definitely help me and support me and encourage me, and when I hang out with the other people, I realize that in my life I'm not really going the direction that I want to go. I'm just kind of treading water. So it's very important to look at who you are surrounded by and be conscious of that, and not saying that everybody needs to be this great, wealthy, supportive, crazy person. But if there are people who are really disrupting your life and holding you back, you need to ask yourself the question, like, what is right for you? What should you be doing? How should you be spending your time? And are you gonna, regret this in the next couple of years? So who you hang out with will absolutely impact how much you earn, how much you save, the lifestyle that you live. So I think just being very conscious of that is super important. Not valuing your time. So like when I was a teen and I was an office cleaner making $10 an hour, my time was worth $10 per hour. So if I bought something that was $20, I looked at it as this is gonna cost me 2 hours worth of working. And then as you progress and you make 20 or 50 or 100 or whatever you make per hour now, you have to look at your time throughout the day that way. So just for the sake of round numbers, because I'm not good at math, let's say my time is worth $60 an hour. Now I only get paid if I'm actually working, making a video, building something, whatever it is. So if I'm not doing that, then I'm actually paying money to do a certain thing. So if I spend half an hour in the middle of the day, maybe just looking through Instagram and scrolling through Facebook, then I spent $30 to do that. And you gotta ask yourself that question, do I wanna spend $30 to scroll through my phone right now? Would that be worth it? Would I actually pay $30 for that? Or if somebody comes up to you and they're just talking about the weather and you're just burning time, would you spend $10 to have that 10-minute conversation? Or if you look at watching a movie that's maybe 2 hours long, would you spend $120 to watch that movie? Like sometimes the answer is yes to all this stuff. You have to chill out, you have to, enjoy your life, but just realizing the value of what you could be earning or how many hours you had to work in order to spend that money, it's really just eye-opening and can change your whole mindset and just how you look at the world. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe. Some really cool videos coming up, and yeah, guess that's it.